Emirates, fly better. This brief, simple and extremely clear slogan clarifies what the Middle Eastern airline wants to stand for in their customers' minds. Moreover, it also specifies what the goal of this company is, that is being the leader in the aviation industry. We can say that they're quite successful. In 2023, their brand ranked 4th on a global level in the airline industry. Better than them did only Delta, American Airlines and United Airlines, respectively. But what made this success possible, for a company which was only founded in 1985? Different factors contributed to it. First of all, they benefit from a cooperation with the Dubai government which, at least initially, funded the airline and made it possible for them to obtain the necessary financial support to start their operations. Of course, the airline is now paying dividends every year and the city-state itself benefits from the success, since many passengers stop by in Dubai and help the local tourism. The airline turnover was in 2011 almost 20% of Dubai's GDP. Nevertheless, the investments from Dubai Inc., for example, $4.5 billion have been invested in the new terminal at Dubai International, significantly helped the airline in its path towards success. Another factor which has contributed to its success is the location. The central position between Europe and Asia has allowed the Gulf carrier to create a very important hub for the routes between these two continents already from the beginning. In fact, it is estimated that 4.5 billion people live within an 8-hour flight of the Middle East. They took advantage from the 6th freedom of the air, allowing them to move air traffic internationally through their hub and they earned from it. Dubai International Airport was in 2022 the busiest airport in the world considering international passengers, while it was the first non-US airport considering also domestic passengers. Moreover, Dubai is building at the moment the Dubai World Central, which is projected to become the largest airport in the world with a capacity of more than 160 million passengers yearly. Emirates has organized its sales already from the beginning with a well-balanced global geographical distribution across key continents, which has allowed it to develop what is now a mega hub and increase the traffic over it. Indeed, this mechanism is called hub and spoke, with different cities being linked to a central hub. Additionally, the airline doesn't rely only on international hubs, but also on secondary airports, in order to attract new customers and then retain them through their excellent service. Costs are possibly the most decisive factor for an airline's success. Emirates has been able to cut them down by purchasing more modern aircrafts compared to British Airways, for example. In this way, they were able to spend less money both thanks to the smaller quantity of fuel consumption and to the lower costs for maintenance of the fleet. Emirates also had lower labor costs, thanks to outsourcing of IT processes to countries with cheaper labor markets, but also thanks to the employment of cheaper workforce for labor-intensive tasks such as ground handling, maintenance, catering and call centers. Besides this, in the United Arab Emirates strikes are forbidden and there are no trade unions, making the airport operations easier if compared to London, for example. On top of this, the charges for landing a wide aircraft in Dubai were considerably lower if compared to London, at least in the early 2000s, fact that permitted the company to make their international airport become a hub. We started by mentioning the strength of their brand, which they have been working to reinforce in the last 10-20 years through sponsorship of different sport events and clubs. O'Connell shows how already back in 2008 Emirates spent $380 million on marketing, corresponding to 4% of their revenues at the time. Not only have they been investing in advertising but also in sports sponsorship, an integral component of their brand strategy. Worth to mention, for example, the sponsorship agreement reached with Arsenal to sponsor the London football team and their new stadium, which was at the time the largest sponsorship agreement ever in British football. Among current challenges for Emirates there is certainly sustainability. Even though this is probably not the primary focus of the company, they state that they're working to reduce emissions, consume responsibly and preserve wildlife and habitats. These are well combined with the lower costs derived from a modern fleet. Another challenge they had to face in the last years was COVID, during and after which they had to rethink their network and which certainly caused huge losses of money. Still, they decided to maintain their loyalty to their customers, deciding to give them the possibility to save the purchased tickets and use them when they had the chance to travel again. A clear demonstration of their customer-centric thinking. Companies' representatives also mention other aspects of the industry that are challenging their success, such as the fuel price, currency fluctuations in the different markets they're engaged in, harnessing travel demand and vulnerability from the industry. All this together represents an obstacle that they have to overcome if they want to keep being profitable. For this reason, they're currently focused on finding new customer segments, improving their network and improving their connection with their customers both through online and offline channels, crucial factors for holding their market-leading position.